copper scroll in the New Mexico desert. In the remote heart of New Mexico's desert, where the horizon blurs into a shimmering mirage, lies a story few have heard and even fewer believe. Tale of an artifact that shouldn't exist here. A copper tablet, etched with strange markings, pointing to a treasure buried centuries before the United States was born. Part legend, part archaeology, and part mystery, this is the forgotten saga of the Copper Scroll of New Mexico. The discovery, the year was 1933. The Great Depression had hollowed out towns across America. In a forgotten corner of New Mexico, a young sheep herder named Manuel Ortega was following his flock near a dry arroyo when he saw something. Glinting in the sand, close-up of sun reflecting off, metal half buried in dust. It wasn't gold. It wasn't silver. It was copper-heavy, green with age, and carved with symbols Manuel couldn't read. He carried it to the nearest town, thinking it might be scrap metal. But word spread, and soon, a local school teacher recognized that these markings didn't match Spanish, English, or even known native scripts. The symbols, that shouldn't exist, experts, came from Santa Fe. Then from as far as Chicago, they concluded that the scroll was pure, hammered copper over a foot long, with more than 100 symbols engraved in neat rows. But here's the twist: these symbols closely resembled a writing system found thousands of miles away in the ancient Levant. To the trained eye, they echoed scripts from the Dead Sea region, and this was a decade before the actual Dead Sea Scrolls were ever discovered. If the markings are genuine, it would mean that people with knowledge of old world scripts were in the American Southwest long before Columbus, maybe even before the Norse reached Newfoundland. The treasure map theory. As scholars debated the scroll's authenticity, another theory took root, that it was a treasure map. Some of the markings, when translated phonetically, seemed to describe locations beneath. The Twin Peaks, where the river splits under the Yee, rock shaped like a serpent. Prospectors and fortune seekers swarmed. The desert digging in dry riverbeds, scouring mesas, and even blasting caves. But no gold, no silver, no relics were ever publicly found. The vanishing then, almost as quickly as it appeared. The copper scroll vanished. In 1935, a private collector reportedly purchased it from Manuel for a sum large enough to buy him a ranch. After that, the artifact disappeared from public record. Was it locked away in a vault, sold overseas, or destroyed to hide its implications? No one knows. Modern clues in recent years. Scattered photographs of the scroll have surfaced, faded, black and white images showing its strange glyphs. Computer analysis suggests that the metal was at least several hundred years old at the time of discovery. Some researchers now believe the scroll may have been left by early explorers, possibly linked to lost Spanish or even pre-Columbian expeditions from across the Atlantic.